Reenact your favorite Heritage Minute.
Oh,
man.
Oh, that's a good challenge.
I really love the Canada one.
The one where they
The one where it's like, man, white people were dumb. It is a really good one. Yeah.
I've never seen any of these.
The Heritage. I'll describe it briefly. The Heritage Minute. It's like some early explorers with some First Nations people, and they're like, "What's the name?" And they're working through a translator. It's like, "What's the name for this place?" And the guy's like, "Kanata," and it's like, "Oh, okay. This place is called Canada." It's like, no, I think. Hang on, no, I think he meant that. I think he means that the village. The word for village is Kanata, and the European explorer's like, "Nope, this place is called Canada." That's what he said, and that's what I believe. And then the translator and the First Nations guy are just like, "All right."
Can we just get that Canadian Heritage Minute pulled up and watch? Let's just live some Canadian Heritage Minutes.
I've given engineering the link to the playlist.
Oh, right.
Wow. Hopefully they'll have...
I remember.
Wow. I projected that playlist onto my wall.
I don't know how to reenact the Halifax Explosion one, but I remember that one. Come on, acknowledge. And he's tick, 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 and then he's like, sweet, goes outside, black and white. That guy died, but he saved a bunch of people.
That guy and everyone in Halifax exploded in the world's worst.
Let's not forget about, both of you know I cannot read a word.
That's right.
Puts his fist on the table.
I'm going to need those baskets back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was not real. That was the parody. It was a very good parody, yeah.
Or the like, we used it in the joke video.
Oh, the baskets one was real. You're right.
The baskets one was real.
Yeah.
But
the underwear one was the parody.
Use it. The one we like in our video. The one that we used as the framing one of the Abro Arrow, where it's like super self-deprecating. It's like we had the world's most advanced aircraft for a period of time, and then we disassembled them all in exchange for obsolete missiles.
Even though the plan was discontinued and the prototype scrapped, Canada made a real nice plane once. It's so utterly Canadian.
Yeah,
I love
it. It's kind of goofy.
My favorite part of the story, though, is that there is allegedly a truck somewhere in North America. A semi-truck that runs on a Iroquois engine. The same engine is used in the Abro Arrows.
Really?
Because they
had the engines.
Yeah, they were waiting for the engines, but they wanted to use these engines in more than just the fighters. Because that much money in an engine.
Real quick for Americans. What are Heritage Minutes?
Well, why don't we show you?
Well, I can tell you just real quick. These played on television basically when we were all growing up because they were 60 seconds long. So any broadcast in Canada, television or radio, has to have a certain percentage of its stuff be Canadian content, and that's so that we don't get our culture overwhelmed by the States. Yeah. And this was tough for some stations because they want to play the American stuff because it's typically has a bigger budget. And the Canadian Heritage Minutes got. They had approval from the CRTC, which is the Canadian Radio and Television Council, that a 60-second Heritage Minute would count for 90 seconds of Canadian content.
Yeah.
So they could play these during the commercial breaks, and it would count for their can content. So let's play one.
Yeah.
Wow. Which one is this?
This is the
oh yeah, awesome.
What's the name of this place?
What's he saying, Father?
Commandant Cartier is saying this nation's name is Canada.
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 Beg pardon, sir, but the word he used, I think it really means those houses down there.
No, believe me, I know the word. It means nation, and Canada is its name.
Canada.
But I'm sure it means the houses, the village.
A part of our heritage when white people wouldn't listen.
Wow.
Well played.
It was like completely redubbed as well. It looked like
that was a weird one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play the.
They're all very.
Okay.
Okay.
But
yes, not a parody. That's real.
These are 100% real.
I mean,
I mean,
Hey,
it's from
we're
the
not
80s.
sugarcoating when we were really stupid in the past.
Yeah.
Welcome to why Canada's called Canada.
Yep.
Which one's this?
Oh, this isn't a Heritage Minute, but this is great
also
Canadian
part of our
TV
heritage.
content.
Oh. What?
In a kitchen just like yours, all is quiet. Or is it?
Oh, yes.
The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory for the vote. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Man, the Concerned Children's Advertisers. They tell me to question hippos and to not put it in my mouth.
Put it in your mouth!
Don't put it in your mouth.
Yeah, in fact, the video's right there in the top left.
Left one, yeah.
Just do it. Just do it.
Just we're in the ephemera hour, I
Yes.
guess.
Oh boy. Before
we fall.
Nope, too late.
It's too late.
Don't put that in your mouth. Let's find out.
Hi, kids. Why are we on television anyway? We're here to tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are, and why you should never take anything a stranger tries to give you. Why not? Because if you ate somebody else's medicine, some bad food, or some poison, you could get very sick. Ugh, I don't want to be sick. And that's why before you eat anything, you should always ask someone you love if it's okay. Okay, I love you. Can I eat the guitar? No, but you can help me sing a song about eating things that don't belong inside you. Okay, I wasn't really hungry anyway. Well, wait, maybe a little bit. Okay, everybody, if you see something that you want to eat, before you do anything, remember this song. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you
Stuff it in your face!
Don't
Stuff it in your face! So it might look good to eat! Oh, it might look good to eat!
And it
Might not like to taste.
And it might look good to taste! You could get sick! Real quick! Real sick! Real quick!
Oh.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Till you ask someone you
Jeez.
love.
That's
A
right!
little close to the camera.
If it's okay to eat.
If it's okay to eat!
Like a muffin or a beet.
You know just what it is!
Remember, boys and girls?
And then let's take it home with a word from the lion. Wait.
Hey, what am I doing? I don't even like beets. Then don't put it in your mouth. Bye-bye, everyone.
Remember, boys and girls, never take anything from a stranger and don't put things in your mouth when you don't know what they are. If you eat somebody else's medicine, or some bad food, or some poison, you could get very sick. Always ask someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
I love the fact that they just assembled a crew of off-brand reject Muppets for this one ad.
Oh man.
I would put it to you. I put it to you that not just children, at no point in anyone's life should you put something in your mouth when you don't know what it is.
Enthusiastic.
That feels more like somebody, like those people who made the puppets just were like, let's make a stupid thing.
Yeah.
And send it to the government.
It's the very first episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm
The way
scared.
that they were pushing it, it made it seem like Canada has like a really bad poison problem.
Yeah, right?
Like kids are just going around consuming poison. Let's
America, we just feel like Mr.
No, Johnny, no!
Johnny, don't put it in your mouth!
Stop eating everything.
In the States, we have Mr. Yuck, which is just like this face.
What?
Which is space is like this little guy, little stickers you put on your stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's all we had.
As a reminder, for the next 15 minutes, we have a giveaway going for one of the hardcover copies of the Desert Bus Alphabet book that Tally coordinated with a bunch of awesome artists.
Look at this thing.
There it is over in the Bone Zone. This is a $10.26 donation drive because it's Desert Bus 10. There's 26 letters in the alphabet for this wonderful hardcover copy. If you do not win This book is available for $15 for purchase on store.loadingreadyrun.com, but that will be a soft cover only. This is hardcover. There are only 3 hardcover copies. One is for tally, and one is being given away, and one is being auctioned at Desert Bus. This is the one being given away, and you could win it. And before we stop ephemera time, I really want to watch the Halifax Explosion one.
Yes.
Were they thinking of a popular game?
There's also a couple more things.
Oh, right. I totally forgot. The pig was being sweetened over there with some, this is some original concept sketches from, help me out here,
Rose
Nightshade. That's what I thought.
For the back cover.
For the back cover. And of course, all of the Desert Bus prizes come with the Desert Bus patch. Yeah, these are signed. They come with the Desert Bus patch and the Desert Bus Penny Arcade pin, which is now super sold out. So, thank you, Andrew, for keeping me on task on that one.
You're welcome.
Give like Santa.
Oh wow,
Save like
Canadian
Scrooge.
Tire. All right, so this is one of the Heritage Minutes I remember hauntingly.
Look at that. Thank God she's a half a mile away. She's loaded, boys. You gotta get out of here. It's full of explosives. Children, oh no. We'll get out of here. Vince! I gotta get to school. Please, get these children out of here. That ship is gonna blow. No! Mr. Coleman! Hurry! We gotta get these people out of here. That ship is gonna blow. Train. What? People, get out of here. It's gonna blow up. Mission ship on fire. Stop train. Please, God. Coleman, there's no time. The train's coming towards Pier 6. I gotta warn you. Come on, Vince, come on. There are 700 people aboard it. I've got to stop it. Come on, acknowledge.
Halifax was devastated. 9,000 wounded, 2,000 dead, including Vince Coleman, dispatcher.
Right?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites
Yeah,
as well. So.
that's bussin' real. That was, oh jeez. Like I saw some people in chat were like, explosives? So? And it's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Up until relatively recently, that was the biggest explosion in human history.
It was the biggest non-nuclear explosion in human history.
Yeah.
We have some good news right now.
It's a really good part of Canadian history.
It is. But Dick's.
We have confirmed by the chat we are the 18th game on Twitch.
What?
So let's adjust the stream schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, what? We
are literally.
Paul and James can come and play it. If we can we can coast until 8 a.m. in the morning. Hey, we have. Guess what we have?
The 100th anniversary of Halifax Explosion next year. That's what we have.
That's true. I didn't say it was a good part of Canadian history. It's an important part of Canadian history. The event was bad. It's good. It's good history. Yeah, good on Vince.
But I'm sure he meant the explosion.
If only those people could see.
Both of you know I kind of already worked.
These jokes are only funny to the Canadians.
Yeah.
There's another one about. There's another Canadian Heritage Minute about literacy, and it's basically this old man yelling at a teacher, being like, "How dare you teach my son to read?" I don't know why he's so offended about it, but yeah, she's like, "Look, your son read this to me today, right? This is from the Bible. Can you read to me what your son read?" And the guy's like, "Well, I can't read," and that's the whole thing. It's basically like, we decided to teach children to read.
Does it fade to black as well?
I said important. God damn it.
So you had something, Grant, that you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, but not till Tally comes back.
Okay.
So it's not an RKO.
The Avro Arrow.
Right. Also, New York City immediately sent aid to Halifax, which is why Halifax sends a Christmas tree to Rockefeller Center every year.
Ah.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah, but the medium is the message.
Oh, Marshall McLuhan.
Right. Yeah. There's one on Marshall McLuhan. Yeah.
You're such a groovy thinker, and you've got the best insights into mass media. This side of the Rio Grande, Marshall McLuhan.
Oh my
I sat
God.
down in the perfect time
Yeah.
for an American.
The more you know.
Exactly. No, Catherine the Pretty Great has it. Don't put Vince Coleman in your mouth. Good. I'm glad we all got there.
Yeah. That's the lesson we should take away from this evening.
They sent it to Boston. Well, I'm just reading what the chat tells me, so
So is
I cannot read a word.
Is licking things technically putting in your mouth?
No, so go for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you extrude your tongue from your mouth to touch it to things, then no, you have not put those things in your mouth directly.
Yeah, I was wondering about the tree thing for New York City because I know they're like, we're gonna go around America and pick the best tree and take it for us. You do. I know they pick.
Engaging low gear in 3,
No.
2, 1.
Taste
Low
it.
gear.
Why?
Isn't low gear one of the ones that's actually kind of okay?
But it just slows it down.
Yeah, it keeps you from pointing.
The dashes move slower.
Thankfully, we already pointed. So.
Hi.
So I have contest winners, and
Yeah.
I think they were slacked to you.
Yeah, they're working on getting them to play the thing.
All right, never mind. We'll delay a couple minutes then. But while we're waiting, there's a few minutes left to donate $10.26 for one of the only 2 available hardcover copies of the Alphabet Book, which is awesome, and I'm very excited about it. So get those donations in before 7:30.
Yep, there's a heritage moment about basketball. That one's funny because it's like, so some of the heritage minutes we talked about how like the Avro era was like, well, we had a great plan and then we decided not to do it, or the naming Canada one where it's like we just willfully misinterpreted what the First Nations people said. There's also there's ones where it's like a Canadian invented basketball in the States.
Well, they were in the States.
but he was Canadian. Also, the first transatlantic radio communication, half of that was in Canada.
Yeah, it was like Marconi wasn't Canadian, but
Marconi,
he did it in Halifax.
Marconi did this thing, and part of it was in Canada. So that's ours now.
Hey, can I have driver cam for just a minute?
We're doing what we
I've had a
can.
couple people ask about this. I'm going to step in front of you for a second.
Of course,
Matt.
people asked about. Oh.
They want to see the hem. I did not do all this embroidery. The fabric came that way. I just put the felt flowers on the skirt, but that's the bottom of the dress. It's kind of funky. Cool fabric idea. Pre-embroidered.
There is one about Joe Shuster. Yes.
Yes.
The guy who created
Superman.
the Superman.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's also one about Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
That one's a little more legit.
Why is that Canadian?
Because Winnie the Pooh was
After
Winnie, named for Winnipeg.
Winnie the Bear came from Winnipeg. Yeah.
Winnie the Bear was a real bear.
But A.A. Milne was...
But Winnie the Bear was a real bear from Canada.
Yes. So the part of our history
Is it a real
is
live
that
bear or
Yeah,
a
no,
real
an actual
bear?
bear at the zoo.
That they took on a train.
Yeah.
And they took to training camp. It's crazy. Like
So- Yeah.
it was the mascot for this unit, and
So
they called it
Milne-
Winnie because the guy's hometown was Winnipeg.
Yeah. So
And
the
Milne, like named the character
Yeah,
after
yeah.
him?
the quote from that is like
I did not know
him,
that.
Yeah.
him there with a kid, and he's like,
There you
he's
go.
like, well, what do you want to call him, Christopher? He's like Winnie.
Aw.
Winnie the Pooh. Why
He's like,
Pooh,
what?
son?
Why Pooh?
I don't know, just Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Literally
Okay.
how that one goes.
It's like,
I mean,
all right.
my parents like to tell me that when I was about 2, I apparently had to take medication for being constipated a bunch, and so my imaginary friends, totally true, I named him Suppository Jones. Kids are
Deep in the 100.
All right, we'll play.
Suppository Jones plays.
We'll play the Winnie the Pooh minute after we do this because it looks like engineering is ready.
Yeah.